So I'm doing my final speech on nutrition and diet for college volleyball players. And it is really important for college volleyball players to just learn proper nutrition so that they're able to have enough energy to perform to their highest potential. The National Food Pyramid right there shows us just some proportions of what everyone should be eating every day. And it shows that you should have about 6 to 11 servings of bread and like cereals and pastas, and that should be like the main portion or the main like percentage of your daily intake of food. And then fruits and vegetables should be about 2 to 5 servings. Meat and poultry like eggs and nuts should be 2 to 3 servings, as well as like milk, yogurt, and the cheese group. And then just sparingly like try to stay away from a lot of sweets and like oils and fats. And then this is just similar, but I'm just showing the percentages of like each food group that you should be eating daily. And so you can see like fruits and vegetables and carbohydrates should make up the majority, like both about 33%, and then proteins about 12%, milk and dairy 15%, and then just fats and sugars is the lowest, about 7%. It's also very important to make sure you're eating the correct foods before like working out, so that you can just have enough energy to compete and like work out the best. And so those are just some examples of foods. Mostly before working out, it should be foods that are high in carbohydrates and low in fat and low in protein, because carbs are just like the fastest source of energy that your body can use, and it doesn't have to like take away like from other parts of like your muscles, and it's just the fastest way to use it. And so some sources are just like bananas, like toast with peanut butter, oatmeal, and lots of fruit and yogurt, and all those. It's also really important to make sure you're eating the correct foods after, so that your body can fully recover after like a tough workout. And it's different what you should be eating for like cardio workouts versus weights, like weightlifting and weight training, which both volleyball players do on a regular basis. And so for cardio workouts, the best thing you should be eating after is carbohydrates more than proteins. There should be, a small amount of protein, but mainly carbs, just to make sure you're replenishing like all of the calories and carbs that you've lost during your workout, and then also just making sure that you drink lots of fluids, mainly water, just to rehydrate yourself. And then for weights, after weight training, it's really important to eat a lot of protein, because protein is what helps to rebuild muscle. And when you're weightlifting, that's like mainly what you're focusing on, is like building muscle. And so it's important to eat enough protein after, just so you can like rebuild that, and it also prevents soreness. And then if you have a combination of like weights and cardio, then obviously you're gonna have to do a combination of eating both carbs and protein. And as a like ratio, it should be about like 3 to 1 for carbohydrates 3 and like proteins 1. But it's also really important to make sure you're eating at the right time before working out, because obviously you don't want to eat like a big like fried chicken sandwich with french fries like 10 minutes before you play. But just as like a general estimate, your biggest like pre-game meal or pre-workout meal should be like about 4 hours before you play, and that well, for an average like 150-pound person should be about 1,200 calories, but obviously it can go like up and down depending on your weight. And then you can eat like another smaller snack about 2 hours later, and then just having like a simple carb or just like some fruits like 5 to like 60 minutes before, so generally like an hour, but not too like heavy. Making sure that you're eating the right type of each type of food is really important too. So picking like the right carbohydrates is really important. And this is just a chart showing like the good versus bad carbs. The top is the good ones, and that's mainly like whole grains, oatmeal, green vegetables, and fruits. And those are the ones that have a lot more like fiber and nutrients and minerals, and it's more like natural sugars and like natural green foods. And then the bad carbs are like refined like white bread and like sugary cereals and soda and like candy and cookies. And these are the ones that like have really little nutritional value, and they have a lot of like added sugars, and they don't keep you like full for long. You eat it, but then you like get hungry really soon after, so you try and stay away from the bad carbs. And then also it's important to have good fats versus bad fats. A lot of people think that like all fats are bad and just to stay away from it, but it's really important to make sure you do have some fats when you're eating, but just make sure you're eating the good ones versus the bad. And just good sources of fats, as like the picture shows, is like fish, especially salmon, and like avocados, a lot of nuts, and like peanut butter. And then bad ones are obviously like cakes and potato chips and pizza. So try and stay away from that too. And then good sources of protein is really important. Like I said earlier, like after working out, it's important to have a lot of protein. And these are just sources, I mean, because obviously meat is the main source of protein, but these are a lot of examples of other ways to get it besides meat. So just all those like avocados, almonds, beans, peanut butter, and all those are just good examples. And so yeah, it's just really important to make sure, especially for college athletes, that they're eating the correct type of foods to make sure that they just have enough energy to play and just help recover after working.